Greetings and salutations to everyone out there, everyone watching, to my subscribers, welcome back, to my new viewers, welcome and good to see you. It's been a while since my last video, and I will cover that in another video that's going to be out very shortly, but for this one we're going to stick with what's at hand. Working on this CZ Shadow 2, it's a fantastic gun. I've got two of them, I compete with them, and I think highly of them. In fact, the one in this video is a brand new one, pretty much right out of the box. Might have put 400 rounds through it, but not much more than that. What we want to do here is take a look at a basically aftermarket spring set and a few other parts that you can get and see what it does to your gun. Is it worthwhile? Does it do anything? Can you tell the difference? And does it make your gun better or worse? So let's dive right in. Now, those with good observational skills will notice that this already has a replacement trigger on it. It's a single action only trigger. I just wanted to try it out, see what it was like. Now, the Shadow 2 has a shitload of small parts and springs and little doodads in it. So let's sort of delve into this a little bit carefully. I'm going to remove the slide stop here, and which will release the slide. You have to line up the little dashes at the back of the slide, but not in the big scheme of things, not too hard to break down. You do have to use a tool when they're new. It just won't release. But let's get the slide off of here. This is the optic ready version with the Vortex Venom 3 MOA dot, I believe I've got on that. The machining is excellent. I mean, you don't see any machine marks. This definitely isn't a Chinese pistol. This thing is really well done. I just can't say enough nice things about the work these guys do on these guns. Anyways, let's move along here. To get this gun apart, you're going to have to take off first the safety. And to do that, there's a little trick. If you'll see that tiny little spring, the one leg of the spring is trapped on that pin. So you have to release it, as I'm doing here. Just get a little tiny screwdriver or a pick. You need to get it out of the groove that is attached to the safety. That just needs to be up and out and to the side. And when you do that, you can then go on to the next step. Get something underneath it, either a block, or I just use a roll of tape. Grab the appropriately sized punch, and if you did it right, the left-hand safety should just drop straight out, and the punch should retain the sear pack. I don't know if it's called the sear pack. There's the ejector, and there's the sear, and then there's the sear spring, but anyways, that little pack comes loose. You can then remove the right side safety by swiveling it upwards and then pull it out. Now you're going to be able to see that I can lift the sear pack right out, and it's not a bad design at all. It's got a little fidgety spring in it, but at least it's easy to be replaced. Now, if you'll notice by my index finger, that is the spring and the pin that we have to remove next. The trigger spring and the trigger pin. So same kind of idea. We're going to need a punch to displace the pin. I'm going to use a little tape here, just try to save the finish on this thing before my holster destroys it. So covering this over, and then I'm going to get one punch to set the pin flat, because it's got a bit of it's up in a bit of a bubble, and again, I don't want to scratch this thing. So a little tap, flatten her out. Get the smaller punch, and we're going to displace this pin and hopefully retain the spring inside, because that sucker can go flying. And I think I've done it. Yeah, pin's out. This is a retained pin as opposed to the roll pin. If you're doing this with a stock one, the roll pin only comes out one way, and if you can find them, I would suggest replacing them with the captured spring. Put your fingers over the spring here, remove your punch, and that'll release the tension. Spring, it won't go flying this way if you've done it right, and that's it. And we can then take out the trigger and the transfer bar. Do be careful, the pin that's holding on the trigger is not captive in any way except by the frame, so it does just come straight out. Seems to stay on there, and it is in the second hole. There is the stock trigger. It's in the second hole as the pivot. Don't put it in the top hole, you'll never get the gun back together. So that comes straight out. And basically, don't lose the pin. You start it into the trigger, your replacement trigger, whatever you're doing here. If you're just putting a trigger back in, put on the frame, set it in, and that is done. Now, this is the tricky part. To get this guy back into the gun, you're going to need to keep the spring captive until it's in there. The easiest way I've found to do this is to make your own pin. The pin has to be no wider than the width of the trigger itself here. So if you see, I've got just a finishing nail, a wood nail of some sort, because I find they're a lot softer than, say, a drill bit. Some people use a drill bit for this because you get the different diameters, but I'll just use this nail because it's easy to cut with a pair of, pliers like this. Took a little bit of grinding to get it exactly right, so I trimmed it a bit proud here, then trimmed it down. And what you do is you put the spring with the long leg forward and the little leg downwards. Hopefully it'll make sense in a minute. My fingers are in the way. And you're going to put this pin in between the two holes, holding that pin in place so it's captive. You will get the pin out when you use a punch when it's in the frame. Now if you can see here, the long leg is forward, the little leg is down. Hopefully there you can see it. It's down along the back of the trigger. That gives the trigger the tension to spring back after you do it. And what is this? Oh, shilling. There's always a shill. There's always somebody paying for something, trying to get you to subscribe. Oh, I hate this. Jeez, these guys should be ashamed of themselves doing this stuff. Anyways, we've got the gun back in the holder here, and I'm kind of doing this in 2 steps. Like, I replace all the other springs too, but I'm kind of showing you how the trigger would go back in, because it's pretty much the trickiest part of doing this whole thing. Getting that trigger to sit back in there. The other stuff is, actually you'll see as I do that, but the other stuff's easy. So this one, get everything out of the way. You're going to put the transfer bar back in first, and then drop the trigger down. That's the procedure. And then if you'll see it, the trigger in the hole will not line up with the pinpoint, or the pinhole for the pin at all. The pinhole for the pin. This will not line up, so you kind of have to do it visually. You're going to have to, and this is also why I don't like the stock pin, because it goes in only one way only. This one, it's kind of like whichever side is lined up better, and you can see, you can start pushing this pin in, because it goes in from either the left or the right side. Doesn't matter which way it's removed or put back in, just an extra step. So this is finicky. This probably one of the more frustrating bits of the build, and I don't know if maybe taking the tension springs out would help, but I'm doing this just as if you were only replacing the trigger. And you get it lined up, put it against something soft, and if you do it right with a nice little rubber mallet, it should displace the pin and basically not fire that spring out, just like I was saying. Oh, no, I'm trying to get a better look at that, where the pin is sitting. It's lined up on this side, so it should be going in, but it's not. It's probably caught up on the spring itself. But realistically, right now, if I hit that with a hammer, it should pop that pin right into place. So, did it go? Yep, straight in. And use a soft side, and that's it. It's finicky, but it's easy. And it does drop that little pin down there, which I will save for use later.
That was crazy.
It hurt. You want to try it?
No,
Come on.
no.